Welcome! Today we are looking at sense organs. This is topic 9 in your SS3 biology series. This topic is regularly tested in your examinations. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain what sense organs are. Sense organs are specialized structures that detect stimuli from the environment. They are part of the sensory system. They receive information from the environment. They convert this information into nerve impulses. These impulses are transmitted to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This results in sensation. There are 5 main sense organs. The eyes detect light. The ears detect sound. The nose detects chemicals. The tongue detects taste. The skin detects touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. Sense organs are essential for interaction with the environment. They allow organisms to respond to changes. Understanding sense organs is essential for understanding animal physiology. Now let me explain the structure of the eye. The eye is the organ of vision. It is located in the eye socket. It has 3 layers. The outer layer is the sclera. The sclera is the white part of the eye. It protects the eye. The cornea is the transparent front part of the sclera. It refracts light. The middle layer is the choroid. The choroid contains blood vessels. It nourishes the eye. The iris is the coloured part of the eye. It controls the amount of light entering the eye. The pupil is the opening in the iris. The lens focuses light on the retina. The inner layer is the retina. The retina contains photoreceptor cells. These are rods and cones. Rods detect dim light. Cones detect colour. The optic nerve transmits impulses from the retina to the brain. The eye is a complex organ. Now, let me explain how vision occurs. Vision involves several steps. Light enters the eye through the cornea. It passes through the pupil. The lens focuses light on the retina. The photoreceptor cells detect light. Rods and cones convert light into nerve impulses. The impulses are transmitted through the optic nerve. The optic nerve carries impulses to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces an image. The brain also adjusts the size of the pupil. It focuses the lens. This allows for clear vision. Vision is a complex process. It involves both the eye and the brain. Now, let me explain the structure of the ear. The ear is the organ of hearing and balance. It has 3 parts: the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. The outer ear consists of the pinna and ear canal. The pinna collects sound waves. The ear canal directs sound waves to the eardrum. The middle ear consists of the eardrum and 3 ossicles. The ossicles are the malleoles, incus, and stapes. They transmit sound vibrations to the inner ear. The eustachian tube connects the middle ear to the throat. It equalizes pressure. The inner ear consists of the cochlear and semicircular canals. The cochlea contains hair cells. These detect sound vibrations. The semicircular canals detect balance and movement. The auditory nerve transmits impulses from the cochlea to the brain. The ear is a complex organ. Now let me explain how hearing occurs. Hearing involves several steps. Sound waves enter the outer ear. They travel through the ear canal. They strike the eardrum. The eardrum vibrates. The vibrations are transmitted through the ossicles. They reach the oval window. This creates pressure waves in the cochlea. The pressure waves stimulate hair cells. The hair cells convert vibrations into nerve impulses. The impulses are transmitted through the auditory nerve. The auditory nerve carries impulses to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces sound. Hearing is a complex process. It involves both the ear and the brain. Now, let me explain the sense of smell. The nose is the organ of smell. It contains olfactory receptors. These receptors are located in the nasal cavity. They detect airborne chemicals. When chemicals bind to receptors, nerve impulses are generated. These impulses are transmitted to the olfactory bulb. The olfactory bulb is located in the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces smell. The sense of smell is closely linked to the sense of taste. It is important for detecting food, danger, and pheromones. Smell is a chemical sense. Now, let me explain the sense of taste. The tongue is the organ of taste. It contains taste buds. Taste buds are located on the papillae. They detect dissolved chemicals. There are 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Each taste is detected by specific receptors. When chemicals bind to receptors, nerve impulses are generated. These impulses are transmitted to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces taste. Taste is a chemical sense. It is important for food selection and nutrition. Now, let me explain the sense of touch. The skin is the organ of touch. It contains sensory receptors. These receptors detect touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. There are several types of receptors. Mechanoreceptors detect touch and pressure. Thermoreceptors detect temperature. Nociceptors detect pain. When receptors are stimulated, nerve impulses are generated. These impulses are transmitted to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces sensation. Touch is important for interaction with the environment. It is essential for protection and communication. Now, let me explain the importance of sense organs. Sense organs are important for several reasons. First, they detect stimuli from the environment. They allow organisms to be aware of their surroundings. Second, they allow organisms to respond to changes. Responses include movement, secretion, and behaviour. Third, they protect organisms from danger. They detect threats like predators and fire. Fourth, they support communication. They allow for visual, auditory, and tactile communication. Fifth, they support learning. Sensory information is essential for learning and memory. Sixth, they support survival. Sense organs are essential for finding food, shelter, and mates. Now, let me explain the structure of the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body. It has 3 layers. The epidermis is the outer layer. It protects the body. The dermis is the middle layer. It contains blood vessels, hair follicles, and sensory receptors. The hypodermis is the inner layer. It contains fat and connective tissue. The skin has several functions. It protects against physical damage. It protects against pathogens. It regulates temperature. It detects sensations. It produces vitamin D. The skin is a complex organ. Now, let me explain how the skin detects sensations. The skin contains sensory receptors. These receptors detect various stimuli. Mechanoreceptors detect touch and pressure. They include Meissner's corpuscles and Pacinian corpuscles. Meissner's corpuscles detect light touch. Pacinian corpuscles detect deep pressure. Thermoreceptors detect temperature. There are separate receptors for heat and cold. Nociceptors detect pain. They are activated by tissue damage. When receptors are stimulated, nerve impulses are generated. These impulses are transmitted to the brain. The brain interprets the impulses. This produces sensation. The skin provides essential information about the environment. Now let me explain the structure of the tongue. The tongue is a muscular organ. It is located in the mouth. It has several functions. It is involved in taste, chewing, and speech. The tongue contains taste buds. Taste buds are located on the papillae. Papillae are small bumps on the tongue. There are 3 types of papillae. Filiform papillae are thread-like. They do not contain taste buds. Fungiform papillae are mushroom-shaped. They contain taste buds. Circumvallate papillae are large. They contain taste buds. Taste buds contain receptor cells. These cells detect chemicals. They generate nerve impulses. The impulses are transmitted to the brain. This produces taste. Now let me give you sample exam questions. Define sense organs. Sense organs are specialized structures that detect stimuli from the environment. Name the 5 sense organs. The sense organs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Describe the structure of the eye. The eye has 3 layers: the sclera, choroid, and retina. Explain how vision occurs. Light is focused on the retina. Photoreceptors convert light into nerve impulses. The impulses are transmitted to the brain. Describe the structure of the ear. The ear has 3 parts: the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Explain how hearing occurs. Sound waves are converted into vibrations. Vibrations are converted into nerve impulses in the cochlea. Impulses are transmitted to the brain. Let me summarize. Sense organs detect stimuli from the environment. The 5 sense organs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. The eye detects light. The ear detects sound. The nose detects smell. The tongue detects taste. The skin detects touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. Sensor organs convert stimuli into nerve impulses. The brain interprets these impulses. Sense organs are essential for interaction with the environment. They are essential for survival. Practice these concepts. When you have them down, move to topic 10.